My dear, silence screams louder when love leaves without a trace. You loved me with your absence, a cruel kind of devotion. Healing began the moment I stopped waiting for your return. Our souls collided, but your heart never learned to stay. I still hear your goodbye in the spaces you left behind. Love isn't broken. It's the lies we swallowed like sacred prayers. You vanished like mist, but your shadow haunts my nights. I loved you through storms you refused to weather with me. Every regret whispers your name like a ghost in my chest. Our wounds aligned, but only mine learned how to bleed open. You became the silence that drowned all my prayers. I held pieces of you even when you stopped holding me. Your love was a riddle wrapped in painful silence. The hardest goodbye is never spoken, only felt deep inside. I'm learning to love myself through the ashes you left. Love doesn't always heal. It sometimes burns the soul awake. You didn't break me. You revealed what strength I had hidden. Your absence became the loudest song in my heart's chamber. I waited for you to change, forgetting I was my own salvation. The quiet between us was louder than any argument. Love is a battlefield where silence wounds deeper than words. I was your home, but you built walls I couldn't climb. Every heartbeat carries the echo of your vanished promises. You taught me how to cry without tears, silently alone. Your ghost lingers where my love once lived freely. The deepest scars are invisible, etched where love once thrived. I held on to memories like lifelines, even when you let go. Love's shadow stretches longer when truth stays hidden in darkness. Our story was a prayer answered with a silent rejection. You were my sunrise that left me in endless twilight. I mourned the you I never truly knew. Your love was a flame, but I was never meant to burn. I'm rebuilding from the ruins of your forgotten affection. Silence between us screamed what words never dared to say. You left, but your absence carved space in my soul. Healing begins when you stop fighting the ghost of us. I loved you in a language your heart couldn't understand. Your goodbye was a whisper that shattered my universe. Love is the wound that teaches us how to bleed hope. You held my heart, but never learned how to cherish it. I'm not broken. I'm the storm you never weathered. Every regret is a love letter never sent, never read. Your silence was the loudest confession of your leaving. I'm learning to love the parts you abandoned in me. The hardest part was watching your love slowly disappear. I carried your absence like a sacred, painful hymn. Our love was a secret storm no one could predict. You loved me like a shadow, always close, never real. I was lost in your absence, searching for pieces of us. Your love was the storm. I was just the falling rain. I'm healing in the silence your love left behind. The space between us became a canyon of unspoken truths. You were my forever, but forever wasn't in your plans. I loved you through the cracks you hid behind smiles. Your absence was a language I never learned to speak. Healing means letting go of the you that never stayed. You never knew how to stay, and I never knew how to leave. Love left a bruise only time and truth can heal. Your silence echoed louder than any broken promise. I held your shadow like a fragile piece of my soul. Our love was a poem written in the language of pain. I loved you beyond the limits of your absence. Your leaving wasn't the end, just a painful new beginning. I mourn the us that only my heart remembers. You were the silence I screamed to break free from. Love is the echo of someone who never truly stayed. I'm learning to dance with the ghost of your memory. Your love was the storm, my heart the broken ship. I loved you with a desperation you never saw coming. The hardest love is the one that fades into silence. You left without goodbye, and my soul still whispers yours. Healing is the art of loving yourself after losing you. Your absence is the wound that teaches me to survive. I loved a ghost, hoping for a living touch. Love is a silence between two hearts that stopped beating together. I'm stitching my heart from the tears your leaving caused. You were the dream I woke up from, heart shattered. The deepest love is often the one that's never spoken. Your leaving was a lesson in loneliness and fierce healing. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. Love without return is the universe's cruelest form of teaching. I held your absence like a secret prayer in the dark. You left scars that taught me how to love stronger. Silence was your final gift, pain, my awakening. I loved you like the stars love the endless night. Your love was a storm I never learned to survive. Healing means loving the broken pieces you left behind. I mourn your absence like a sacred, silent prayer. Your silence spoke the truth your lips could not say. Love is the echo of a soul that chose to leave. I'm finding myself in the ruins of your forgotten love. You were the shadow that taught me to shine alone. I loved a fading light, hoping it would never go out. The hardest healing is loving yourself after losing us. Your absence was a wound that time will never erase. I held on to memories like a lifeline through the darkness. Love isn't always found. It's sometimes lost in silence. I'm dancing with the ghost of your love, slowly healing. Your leaving was the end, and beginning of my awakening. Love's most painful lesson is learning to say goodbye without hate. I still carry your name like a prayer never answered. Love's silence can be louder than any scream we hide. You taught me how to grieve a love that never stayed. The hardest truth, sometimes love isn't enough to keep us whole. Your absence carved a cathedral inside my wounded heart. I loved you in shadows where your light dared not enter. Healing is a journey through the ashes of your memory. I'm learning to breathe again after drowning in your silence. Love is a scar that time refuses to fade gently. You left without reason. I'm still searching for meaning. I'm broken open by the truth of your leaving. Your love was a secret storm that tore me apart softly. I loved you beyond the limits of your own heart. The hardest goodbye is the one you never said aloud. Your silence taught me what words could never explain. I'm stitching together hope from the fragments of us lost. Love is a silent battle fought between hearts that drift. I mourn your absence like the earth mourns the sun's fall. You left footprints on my soul, fading but never gone. I loved a ghost that refused to live beside me. Healing means turning pain into a quiet kind of strength. Your love was the storm, my heart the shattered shore. I'm learning to dance alone in the ruins of us. You became the silence I begged the universe to erase. The deepest wounds are made by those who never said goodbye. Love isn't lost. It's just hidden behind a wall of silence. I carry your absence like a sacred, painful hymn. You left, but your shadow linger in my every breath. Healing is loving yourself when love has left your door. I loved you with a desperation that scared even me. Your silence was the loudest confession of your absence. I'm finding peace in the space your love left behind. You were the night that swallowed my brightest dreams. Love is the echo of a soul that walked away. I'm learning to love the broken pieces you left scattered. Your leaving was the painful lesson my heart needed. I loved you beyond what your absence could destroy. Silence between us screamed louder than any broken promise. You never stayed, but I kept holding onto the idea. Healing is a quiet rebellion against the pain you left. I'm rebuilding from the ruins of your forgotten devotion. Your love was a flame I was never meant to hold. I'm learning to breathe in the silence your leaving created. The hardest love is the one that fades into shadows. You left without a word. My heart still whispers yours. Healing begins when you stop fighting the ghost of us. I loved you in a language your heart couldn't translate. Your absence is the wound that time refuses to heal. I'm stitching my soul with threads of hope and pain. You were the storm, I was just the falling rain. Love is a silent scream between hearts that stopped beating. I'm learning to dance with the memories you left behind. Your love was the flame, my heart, the broken ash. I loved you with a fierce longing you never understood. The hardest love is the one that leaves without goodbye. You left me in silence, but my soul still calls yours. Healing is learning to love yourself after losing us. Your absence is the wound I'm learning to survive. I loved a ghost, hoping for a living touch. Love is the silence between two hearts that drifted apart.